Hello and how lovely to see you. My name's Matt Finch and I'm here with the RunBySingers virtual Venice Vivaldi's Gloria experience. It's fantastic to have you all here and it's great to see the chat happening with lots of people saying hello to old friends, new friends, online friends, people they don't know. We've got people here from Denmark. I think we've got people from Ireland, France, Sweden. I've checked out a couple from America as well. Oh, autumnal Australia. Hello. We're obviously going into the spring here in the UK. Things are all bursting out, and other things on the other side of the world going for a little sleep. How lovely to see you there. We've got people from Bristol, just along the road from me. And in Bath, just seen a few there. Geraldine in Bath, hello. Sarah Foster, yes, now Sarah Foster. Many of you will know Sarah Foster because she is a bit of a RunBySingers fan. I think she's been all over the place with them. And it's her birthday today. I'm just going to sing happy birthday to Sarah because she's somewhere in Bath down the road. Happy birthday to you. You can join in with me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Happy birthday to you. Marvellous. Good to have you here, Sarah. We got people from USA, as I said, Munich, different places all around the UK. Now, if you're sitting here thinking, how does Matt know about all these people? There is a chat going on at the side. And to take part in the chat, you do need a YouTube account. If you haven't got that one today, don't worry. You can just watch that chat go by. And you've got a week to see whether you can find someone to help you out or Google it, how you get yourself an account. It's very, very easy. So hello, all those different people who are chatting away there. This is the way that we can make this a two-way experience. At the beginning of all the rehearsals, just before we start, we do a little bit of chatting and welcoming and finding out where people are. Like Camille has just popped up from Sydney, of course. There you go. Hello, nice to see you there. So the chat is there for just chit chat. But when we get into the actual rehearsal, we try to make the chat a little bit more focused on the music. So you can send a message in that says, do you mean to do this at bar 48? Or can I just clarify something? So that's how that chat works. Yes, Rose says new hairstyle. Well, it's the old hairstyle, but it's chopped. Yes, I've had a chop. The wife has done some chopping, and it's turned out all right. So I haven't been to the hairdressers now for a year. So it's all been done at home. So there's all that sort of chat and banter that happens, which hopefully will make the experience for you really warming, and it's really lovely to see the chat and the support that happens between people as well. Sometimes I will be able to answer some of the chat, sometimes other people in the chat will help each other out. So it's really good. So, anything else we need to talk about? The chat. Yes, Sarah's birthday, she's a mean one for cakes. So I'm expecting some on my doorstep later on today. Thank you very much, Sarah. Not everybody might get a cake, I'm not sure, I don't know. So, there we are. What is today's plan? Why are you here? This is our introduction to Vivaldi's Gloria. And today's plan is to hopefully give you, if you're brand new to this experience, a feel of how it might work, to get you feeling confident with the technology, get confident with chatting to others, get confident with me and the sound levels and all that sort of thing. So that's why here. We're not going to be learning stuff today. This is your sort of warm-up activity. And then you've got a week to work out what you might need or what you might need to change. Or indeed, go away and go, that was great fun. I ought to invite so-and-so, my friend, and they can join in as well. Because we have a week until we start. And even then, we've got another week of rehearsals online. Remember, this is the beauty of online stuff. You don't have to be here, present, live at the moment, although many of you are, which is great to see. So, Today's plan, we're going to look at the timetable, how rehearsals are going to be run. We will do a short warm-up, and we are going to sing a round, because I love rounds. They're my favourite thing. We're going to sing through 3 movements, the first 3 full ensemble tutti movements. We're going to have a listen and watch Crispy and Steele Perkins play his trumpet. That's going to work this time. And we're going to find out how we record and submit, talk about the concert, and then any more questions, chat afterwards. So that's the plan of action. Yes, just checking out the chat. Swansea, Saffron Walden, that pops up quite a few times. There must be a good contingency from there. Hampshire, Winchester, say hello to my mother-in-law who lives in Winchester. So here we go then, talking through some of the things. Hopefully you've all had a timetable. It looks a bit like this. It's lots of boxes. If you're here now, you will have received this timetable because you will have clicked on the first link and you will have got here. It's the only way you would have got here, probably. And these links that are on this PDF document stay there forever. They don't change. So if you miss the live experience, you still click the link and it will be there. The past will be there forever. Yeah. So you don't need to email Nick and say, I think I missed rehearsal. What do I do? Just go onto your links, click it, and you're there. The other great advantage of this long list of all the parts is, of course, you can attend every rehearsal. Absolutely every single one of them. Why not? Join us. If you're a soprano and you'd like to learn the bass part, why not? If you've got the time, join us. You can. Just click on the link and off we go. Yeah. So all of those links are there for all the rehearsals, and then at the bottom we've also got a link to the concert, when the concert is on the 24th of April, and we'll talk about that later as well. So that timetable, that document, PDF, really, really important, because that's your way that you're going to access all our rehearsals. Okay, that is the central place. So mark it in your email folder as a very important email. Download it, put it on your desktop. I have a whole desktop just for RBS because it's so important. Put it on your fridge, print it out to remind you when the dates are. If you're clever, you might even be able to bookmark it in your browser. Some people know how to do that, other people don't. So there's lots of ways that you can make sure that you have the most important place. The document is online, so you just click that link and you're there. That's the timetable. So in rehearsals, when you come to a rehearsal, there will be me helping you through it, plus all the other singers having a chat. There'll be myself playing the piano. You should be able to hear the piano, a little bit of background. So you'll be able to hear the piano, but you'll also hear, when we do our run-throughs, the quartet that we have recorded and the organ. And when we do the soprano rehearsal or the alto rehearsal, you will hear your voice, that voice, the alto part, for example, high up in the mix. Yeah, which means that it will be the predominant voice that you'll hear to help you sing along. When we do the tutti rehearsals, all 4 voices are then lowered into the mix to make a really nice, beautiful sound of all 4 voices. So you're never singing alone, you're singing along with a choir, and you're singing along with all these people who are chatting here in the chat. So you'll have an experience of what that sounds like later on. In those rehearsals, we will be giving you some recording opportunities in the live rehearsals. You don't have to record at that moment in time, and I'm going to suggest you don't, probably. But what we do is we mark these moments through rehearsals with a little sign, which in the end helps me more than anyone else, probably. And it looks like this. Bing! I'll put it up there, sitting on top of the candelabra. I'll turn it off. When that goes on, that means that we're in that mode where we're just going to sing through the whole movement of the Gloria in one chunk with the choir. So before that, we will have dipped in and out, and we would have gone from bar here and bar there and rewound and all that sort of thing. But when that light comes on, that light means we're now going to go and do a whole complete movement and sing it. This means that when you go back to YouTube and you watch when you rehearse again, you can find those moments, and those are the moments that you're going to record with. There will also be, in the description underneath the video, there will be direct links to those opportunities. So you just click on Gloria, it takes you there. Click on Et in Terra Pax, and it will take you to that red light. But that will come at the end of next week. So that all comes at the end of that first week. So that's how rehearsals work, basically. Just checking out on the chat if there are any other little questions coming up. We have an upgraded symbol, yes. And welcome Jill, for example. A new experience for me. Very exciting. Good. Welcome Jill as a newbie. I'm sure there are other newbies. I just popped that one up on my screen there. So everybody who's been here, who's an experienced pro, there are some people here who've recorded with me the Mozart's Requiem, where we had over 1,000 singers, and we released a CD and raised £4,000, I think it was, for charity. We've had others that have been with me for Rutter's Gloria, and in that one we have not quite got round to our concert. That is coming, but you've submitted all your recordings, and I've heard some of it, and it sounds fab. So that's really good. And then we're starting these rehearsals now with the Gloria. So there's a little bit of overlap. So there's many of you here who are experienced, so do help people out. So, things that you can do in virtual rehearsals that you couldn't do in normal rehearsals. So the bonuses of this whole experience. You can sing along with all the parts. You can sing along with all the soloists. You can sing along with the trumpet part. You can do what you like at home and sing everything. Why not? I really encourage you to this is your opportunity to learn another part as well as your own. Why not? Because we're on YouTube, you can rewind, you can play again and again, and you can pause and do all of those things. You can do it live. If you do pause live, it does mean sometimes that you get way behind some of the chat. That's the sort of downside of that. But you can pause and rewind even though it's live, which is amazing. Of course, you can sit in your PJs, you can sit wherever you like in the house and be totally relaxed, shut the doors, let other people get on with their worlds and you carry on with yours. So you can do that. You can sit there and drink with a cup of tea. I have my water and everyone thinks it's a gin bottle. It's not, it's a water bottle. But you can drink a cup of tea while you're having rehearsals. You don't necessarily have to wait. However, in the soprano rehearsal, you are just in the soprano, so for an hour and a half, you're pretty much involved throughout. You know, in normal rehearsals, when you're in a big group, you can sit and you can drink a cup of tea while you listen to the tenors and the basses and the altos. It's just going to be you. If you get it wrong, of course, you can have another go and you can rewind and play again. Even when you're doing your recording, if you get it wrong, you can go back, and if you do a tiny little bit wrong, the sound man can do a little bit of change for you. So if you've done everything right, but you've just got one note and you think it was a little bit flat or something like that, don't worry about it. In the glorious mix of 300 of you, yeah, you will just be like in a choir. There will be those times where you make a mistake and you think that everyone's looking at you, but no one has. That's the beauty of a choir. So, those are of course, you can send me a message as well, or to others in the choir if you need help to have things clarified. So those are the bonuses of doing this online rehearsal. The things that we have to be aware of is when you do your recording, when the recording happens, you will be wearing headphones. Whoop, just going a bit blurry there. And sometimes pitching goes off when you're wearing headphones. So wear one on, one off. So a lot of time people listen back to themselves singing and go, oh, that was awful. It's not awful at all. It never is. It never is. It's just that you're not used to hearing yourself sung with no accompaniment, no other singers, no other sound, just your voice. It always sounds a bit scary. But in rehearsals, you don't necessarily need headphones. If you want to wear headphones to have a nice sort of like an experience of the rehearsal where it's just you encased in your nice little cocoon of sound, please do wear headphones. That's your choice. We need to do a lot of really careful work on the ends of words. For example, excelsis. Where do we put all our ends of words? It's just as important as if we were in the real live venue. So we've got to be really careful about those. Tempos are really important because they will be the same throughout. Every time we do it, we're rehearsing to a track, so it won't change. So it's a bonus in some way, but it means that we can't enjoy, if we suddenly feel like it, a change of tempo. I have to keep with that. And that's the same with ritenutos, rallentandos, fermatas and pauses. They're all going to be the same. Just a reminder that when you submit your recordings, it's just audio. So you can be wearing headphones, you can still be recording in your pyjamas. It doesn't really matter because we're just capturing the audio. Okay, so those are the things that in rehearsals we've got to be looking out for. Come to rehearsals with your score, with a pencil or your electronic finger if you're using a tablet with the score on it that Nick has provided, YouTube and something to drink, and then you're set up for the hour and a half rehearsal that we have. Right, I think we've done enough chatting. I think we should do a little warm-up, sing our round, and then you can get on and listen to the different singers. Right. Let me just have a little drink while I just read some of those comments. Fantastic, Susan Jordan. I'm glad that we've kept you enjoyment and kept you singing. Very exciting. And the Rutter, yes. The Rutter Gloria, if you were part of it, you'll know that it was a puzzle and fantastic piece of music. If you weren't part of that experience, but you still like to come to the concert, of course, do contact Nick, and I'm sure he can arrange something for that. The concert for the Rutter Gloria is on the 20th of March, so this project overlaps with that project in a way. Of course, you can come join me in the real Venice. Yes, we're going to Venice in October. If you hadn't seen that already, you should have had some information. RunBySingers.com has got the information about our real trip to Venice and lots of other trips, of course. But that's the one I'm looking forward to because I'm involved in that. Anyway, let's do some warming up. We'll make this brief because we're not going to do major singing today. We're just having a run through. Let's do some humming. We're going down a fourth and back up again, and trying to make it as resonant as you can in the mask, and you're sliding from one note to another. Yes, and relaxing. And then we're going to get lower and lower and lower. This is part of the warm-up that I will do every time. 2, 3, 4. hopefully the altos and basses are enjoying a good rumble, and the tenors and sopranos may be thinking, wow, that's too low. Don't worry, we're going the other way now. We're going humming upwards. We're going up a fifth. 2, 3, 4. Change when you sound. That was top G, and that's far enough for me at 11:30 in the morning. Well done. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and that started to get you singing and warming up, and do a stretch, do have a little wriggle, and then let's have a look at this round that I'm going to present you with. Those that were involved in the last session of the Rutter, we did do a very silly round. This one's a little bit more serious, but we will come back to that silly round. I'm going to put it on the screen, some lyrics on the screen and the music on the screen, and it won't take us long to learn this one. So this is called To the Greenwood. To the Greenwood. We're in C major, so all our notes are in part of C major, and we've got no accidentals all the way through. And you'll see there's a number 1, a number 2 and a number 3 in squares, and this is where the different rounds come in. So I'm going to teach you just one line, and then you can then sing it back, or you can sight read with me straight away. Some of you are maybe excellent sight readers. This is all based on this chord pattern, which has been used so many times in Baroque pieces in particular. So it goes like this. Come, follow, 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 follow me. Your turn. Come, follow, 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 follow me. This one, next line, we have a nice scale going up. Whither shall I follow, follow, follow? Whither shall I follow, follow thee? Nice little dot on the end there, that last follow me. 2, 3, go. Whither shall I follow, follow, follow? Whither shall I follow, follow thee? Then this is the high note, which goes to the greenwood, to the greenwood, to the greenwood, greenwood tree. So at the end you end up on that high E, just to make a nice harmony of all the parts. Let's try that one again. 2, 2, 3. To the greenwood, to the greenwood, to the greenwood, greenwood tree. And all those repeating of words, to the greenwood, and the follow, you don't have to take a breath after each one, but there is an implied comma, so that there's a little gap in the phrase. You don't need to take a breath. If you did take a breath, you'll probably hyperventilate, and we don't want that. We want you to make sure that you're relaxed, but at the same time, follow, follow, aim for the fall, and back off on the O. Follow, follow, to the greenwood, and the wood is backing off as well. Should we go once more all the way through from the top? Come, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come, follow, 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 follow me. Whither shall I follow, follow, follow? Whither shall I follow, follow thee? To the greenwood, to the greenwood, to the greenwood, greenwood tree. Come, follow. And then you go back to the top and you start all over again. So I've recorded myself singing this once through, and then I split myself into 3, and you'll hear Matt Finch start to sing number 1, and when he finishes at the end, Matt Finch number 2 joins in again at the top. So you can choose, after you've sung it through once with me all the way through, you can choose to sing with Matt Finch 1, Matt Finch 2 or Matt Finch 3. Once all the parts are in, we also get joined by trumpet. So the trumpet does a little obbligato over the top, so it's going to help you get into the mood for Vivaldi's Gloria. And then right at the end, I think the piano drops out, and that's probably the last one. And then you'll see me just say, wherever you are at this point, you need to stop. So you might finish the song in the middle of a line, but we all finish together. So there's a little introduction. Sing all the way through once, and then we divide into 3, and then we shall crack on with some Vivaldi. Hopefully this will get you in your mood. Here we go. All together. Come, follow, 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 follow me. Whither shall I follow, follow, follow? Whither shall I follow, follow thee? To the greenwood, to the greenwood, to the greenwood, greenwood tree. Come, follow, 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 follow me. Whither shall I follow, follow, follow? Whither shall I follow, follow thee? To the greenwood, to the greenwood, whither shall I follow, greenwood tree? To the greenwood, follow, follow, whither shall I follow, greenwood tree? Whither shall I follow, follow, whither shall I follow, follow tree? To the greenwood, to the greenwood, whither shall I follow, greenwood tree? To the greenwood, follow, follow, whither shall I follow, greenwood tree? Marvellous. I hope you enjoyed that one. Yeah, it's a traditional anonymous one written a long time ago. Hope you enjoyed my little trumpet playing there. I don't play the trumpet. So that's hopefully got you into the zone. If you'd like to now find the Vivaldi score, Nick has sent it out as a PDF. So we are following the score transcribed by S. Sky Donald. So that is the version that we are using. So if you are using a different version, don't ask me for any help, because I will not, in terms of any help with your score. Please use this PDF, because it really makes life so much easier if we're all singing from the same hymn sheet. There are lots of different versions of the Gloria out there, loads of different. So this is the one we're doing it. So if you need to, and you've got a week to work out how you might be able to print out the PDF, and the PDF only has the chorus numbers in it as well, so you're saving paper, or work out with a friend how you might get it on a tablet, and you might have a copy So you've got the thing on the tablet and me on the computer, or vice versa, because there will always be slight differences. Obviously, I will tell you and what we're doing, but our backing singers and our organist and myself are all using this edition. So it would be really useful to make sure you've got that as a reference. We're going to sing through number 1, which is just the joyful beginning, isn't it? Number 2, and then number 4. And we are literally just going to sing through it, so you get to experience the backing singers. I'm not going to give you any tips or anything like that, because we haven't really got that's not what today's about. Today is just about having a nice bit of fun. One thing I will tell you is that our pause near the end, that lovely fantastic bar of silence that we get in bar 67 before you do the final and a complete silence, of course we have to have that timed because we're doing it the same every time. So I'm counting that bar as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Gloria. So it'll feel like a count of 6. That's how that one goes. We will cover that obviously much more in detail, but that was just if you're singing along and you don't want to jump in early and be late. So it will be a strict count. So we haven't got Crispian on here. We've just got organ and our 4 singers. But eventually Crispian Steele Perkins will be playing his trumpet on this, sounding rather magnificent. So enjoy the opening organ. Be prepared for your Gloria. A nice big Gloria. Don't get there too early. We don't want any big Gloria. That means that you're getting there a bit too early. Here we go. Sparkle. It's a wonderfully bouncy piece, isn't it? In that bright key of D major as well. Hopefully you saw how that timing of that pause will be, and of course it will be the same every time. That's how this works. It will be exactly the same every time. You rewind it, play it back, So you'll get used to it, and you'll work out where you need to breathe, and that you won't be doing your shoulders, and it'll all just come in nicely timed. Yeah. Some great clashing harmonies, aren't there? Where some of those little notes you just think, oh, are they going? Oh, they've come out nice. I love those suspensions, and that's what we get in particular in this next one, Et Intera Pax, number 2. This one is lungs of steel is what are required to get to the end of some of our lines. So we will be looking at in rehearsals where are the best places to breathe, so that we either all breathe in the same place or we all breathe in different places, so it sounds like none of us are breathing. So staggered breathing. So we might have to do clever things where we say, everybody in the alphabet of the sopranos, between A to G, you need to breathe at bar, and everybody else, can you breathe a bar later? Something like that. We'll see. I'm glad that some of the different versions, you're sorting that out between you. That's very good about the different editions. So, Et Intera Pax. Let's go with this. This one is just some gorgeous harmonies, isn't it? Gorgeous harmonies. And it just slowly blossoms, yeah? It's just gorgeous. Here we go with number 2 as a sing through. some of that tension between some of those parts when they're just bashing against each other. Scrummy stuff. Scrummy stuff. Yes. I think you have to sort of take a breath somewhere on page 18 and then worry about breathing again at the end, don't you? Officially, yeah? Which is obviously not going to happen. So we'll look at that in rehearsals, in our sectional rehearsals, of how we're going to manage as a choir to make sure all our breaths are in different places. Yeah. Spine chilling, says Jill. Lovely, yeah. If you are using an iPad or first of all an iPad, from a musician's point of view, there is a bit of software called Fourscore. That's spelled Forscore, Fourscore, which is really, really useful. And it's just works from a musician's point of view. I think it's £10, something like that. You get a free one to try it out. And it's just really, really handy for repeats. It's got a piano, it's got tuning, it's got everything sort of packed into it. I've got all my music now on my iPad, and it's brilliant, really useful. Adobe Reader is just free, and it'll be there and available to use as well. So you can just bung it on there, and there we go. So we'll look at individual notes and all that stuff next week. We're just going to carry on, and we're just going to look at our last little bit today, number 4, because it's nice and short. Gratias agimus tibi. And just so that we can also experience the timing of this, again, because we've got these pauses. So on gratias agimus tibi, we have tibi, we have the pause sign, and we're going to hold that for 1, 2, 3, 4, off, 6, gratias. So you're off on number 5, take a breath on 6, and we carry on. And the tibi at the end will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and off. Should we sing through? Sing through. Gratias. Now, I need to give you some notes, because you will have heard the other piece, and we'll get used to this. But I press the button and the choir just launch into action, okay? So here we are with our soprano, alto, tenor, bass. Here we go. That's grand, isn't it? Grand, grand, grand. And then off we skip, don't we, with our propter magnum glor, and off we would go. But we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. So, all those individual questions, if you're sorting them out about notes, that's fine, but we will cover them all next week. Brilliant. So that was our little bit of a sing-song. Just to give you a rest, and just to excite you about who's coming to join us for the concert, will be Crispian Steele-Perkins, a phenomenal world-class trumpet player. He will be joining us in Vivaldi, and also in the concert he'll be playing a couple of special numbers for us. But we're going to share with you a video of him playing some Mozart. It lasts about 3 minutes long, so this is your opportunity to just sit back, listen to some wonderful trumpet playing that will be combined with us. Have a glass of water. I'm just going to click that one for a moment, and we shall have a listen to Crispian playing some Mozart. Wow, fabulous, Crispian. Yes, look at that. I hope you enjoyed that. He hit some of those top notes like crystal clear, and then some of those pianissimo moments. Fabulous. Some lovely jokes going on there. Yes, unfortunately, Vivaldi, yes, he's not available to come and talk about his work. But brilliant. So, he will be joining us for the concert. So, to make this concert actually happen, we need you. Otherwise, it's just me conducting to nobody. We need you. And this is where you come in, as well as of just enjoying yourself in your rehearsals. So to do this, you will need a pair of headphones, and most mobile phones will have come with a pair of headphones somewhere in the box. Or you can get them really, really cheaply. They don't cost a lot. A pair of headphones, either the ones that go in your ears or over your ears. And some of you will need two devices. It's the easiest way to do it. And some of you might be able to work it out on one device, but generally speaking, you'll need two devices. You'll need one to watch me and listen to me. And then the other device that we recommend would be your phone to record your voice. And it just records your voice. Now, to do that, there is a video that Nick will be circulating this week that we've put together, explaining and demonstrating how you set it up, how you need to press record and all of those sort of things. It's all there in the video, and of course, because it's a video, you can stop it, you can rewind it, watch it again. What's he mean? Okay, I'll try that out. You can share it with one of your tech friends or tech grandfathers or grandsons, depending on which end of the spectrum you might be and you need some help with. So we need to make sure you've got all of that tech ready for next week. The video explains it. It's quite straightforward once you get into a swing of it. It will also tell you how you get your recordings from your phone to upload to the cloud so that we can then hear them. And then all the magic can happen. If you're a little bit confused with that, obviously there is support within the chat here. There are some of you I know which belong to a Facebook group, and there's also Twitter as well. And just watch the video. It's got all the answers in the video. We spent a long time trying to make sure that video works. So then we get to the concert. And the concert is an evening event online. And between the end of when you've submitted your recordings and the concert, the sound engineers bring all of those together. Yes, apologies, Margaret. I've just seen grandmothers as well. Yes, grandmothers and granddaughters. All the people that can help you with the tech. Very good. So they're going to bring all of this technology together so that on the night of the concert, you are most welcome to dress up in your concert wear. Put me on the big screen as conducting, because you'll be able to see me conduct. You'll be able to hear all of you singers singing together, so the massive choir that have been brought together. You'll be able to see and hear the soloist. You'll be able to see and hear the trumpeter. So all of that will be brought together at the concert. So it's a real event. You can have a glass of wine as well in between, and then the great thing is, of course, you can watch it again. Yeah, watch the concert again and listen. So you can sing once and listen another time. Your choice what you do. And then the recording will be available as a download, so you'll then be able to hear the final polished version. So it's a little bit super enhanced just a couple of weeks afterwards. So that's how the concert works, and then we have a little chat afterwards, and everyone pats themselves on the back and saying what a wonderful time we had, and wasn't the music great. So I hope that's given you a brief sort of overview. We've talked about the timetable. Don't forget about this PDF document online that's got all the links in it. This is the link that you need to make sure you've got hold of. We've done a little bit of singing. We've talked briefly about how we record, which is not as complicated as it needs to be once you've watched the video, and it explains it all. So I'm looking forward to working with you next week. Our first rehearsal, according to our schedule, is sopranos at 2 o'clock, and then I've got basses at 4:30, and then Wednesday is altos, and then tenors. And on the Friday we have the tutti rehearsal, where we all meet together again and we sing through what we've learnt in our sectional rehearsals. That's how that works. Don't forget, if you want more information about the real Venice trip in October, go on to RunBySingers.com. That's the live stuff, whereas RunBySingers.online is the virtual stuff. It's half full already, so if you do want to come, get showing your interest as soon as you possibly can. If you'd like to come and join us to the Rutter concert, that's on the 20th of March, do contact the office as well. Just having a look now at the last few things about the chat. Thank you, Ben and Ruth. Excited about upcoming rehearsals. Brilliant. Yeah, sopranos, you can sometimes get distortion. You have to, if you look at your, when you record, there's usually a little sort of sign of the waves going bzz at the bottom. And quite often, as you go higher, you just need to step away from the microphone. That's not just on phones, that's on general recording. I've been doing some recording with my wife recently, last couple of days. And it's just like certain notes, she just needs to back away from the microphone and then come back to the microphone, and it just, then it gets to the extreme, but it doesn't go meh. You listen back to it and you get distortion. So we don't want any of that if you can help it. I've really enjoyed today. I enjoyed the round as well. That's good. You can always go back to that one, remember. And any of those three pieces, just rewind, play again, and I will see you next week. Unless there are any more questions. I'm going to finish my chittle chattle. If you want to ask any more questions, please do. Remember, you've got a whole week to invite a few more friends, and also to get yourself sorted with the right score. At the website is .org. Sorry. Yes. I wrote that down wrong, did I? RunBySingers.org, apparently Keith says. That's good. love to come to Venice, but imprisoned in Australia. Well, maybe you might be let out maybe in October, but Australia isn't too bad a place to be, is it? My niece moved out to Australia, I think it was 3 years ago, just for 6 months, and we haven't seen her since. And she keeps sending us lovely photographs of her. She's got an apartment next to the beach. Yeah, the nature and all that. Can't wait for the next rehearsals. Thank you. Thank you very much for the introduction. Hope that's got you excited about next week. And you've had an enjoyable hour. And I will be maybe in this room next week. I don't know. Might be a different room. I think it'll be this one. But for the concert, I'll be definitely in a different place. Right. Any more? Looks like we're doing the thank yous, which is great. It's been an absolute pleasure. Great start. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, do pop over to Facebook if you're on Facebook and look for Run by Singers and join the group there, because you can carry on chatting with others and sharing what you're doing. Or on Twitter, follow that on Twitter. Also, if you're now on YouTube and you're not following Run by Singers, and you just click on the is it the follow button? No, what is it on YouTube? Subscribe. That's it. Hit the subscribe button. They do like this, don't they? They point down the bottom here. Hit the subscribe button. Then it means anything that comes up on that channel, you just get a little notification to say, "Oh, we've added something to the channel," and you're never missing out. Brilliant. I'm glad that you've all had a good morning. It's 12 o'clock. It must be time for lunch. For some of you, it's probably time for bed or something like that around the world. Crazy times that we live in, but it's brilliant, isn't it, that we can all come together from all those different countries. Thanks, Matt. Great rehearsal. Oh, that's a pleasure, Arden and Jenny and all those others that have said there. Oh, Denmark. Hello, Denmark. Right. I'm going to stop there, but do carry on chatting. Take care and have a really good week, and I'll see you all next week for more fun.